Good news, y'all. David, the Mexican monster Benavidez, will fight Anthony Yarde in Ryder season in November, according to Turki Alalshikh and Ring Magazine. I think this is going to be a really good fight. First of all, man, I watched the interview with Eddie Hearn, and he said that David Benavidez was supposed to fight Callum Smith in the UK, but Callum Smith ended up ducking the fight because he couldn't agree to how much he was going to be paid for the fight. So then the offer was sent to Anthony Yarde, and he took the fight with no hesitation. Shout out to Anthony Yarde, man. Anthony Yarde fought Arthur Beterbiev when he was still undefeated, all wins by knockout. And at the time, bro, he was like pretty much like the most feared man in boxing. And Anthony Yarde took that fight, and he did a really good job, man. It was a very close, competitive fight. Anthony Yarde did end up being stopped, but I think he's the second person to have I think he has the second best performance against Beterbiev after Dimitri Bivol. And Anthony Yarde is a tough dude, man. Now, I will say this. I was disappointed with his last fight. His last fight was against Lyndon Arthur. He fought that guy I think it was the third time those guys fought. And it was a very lackluster, boring fight. Anthony Yarde gassed out in the middle of the fight, and he pretty much just wasn't moving. Him and Lyndon Arthur were pretty much standing on the ropes, just having a slugfest. And I think it was a sloppy fight. But he did end up winning that fight by unanimous decision. So because of his last performance, I gotta say that David Benavidez is gonna win this fight. I think David's gonna win this fight by unanimous decision. But Anthony Yarde, he has power, bro. He does have power in those hands. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of KOs on his record. His only loss is to Arthur Beterbiev and Lyndon Arthur. Oh, he also got knocked out by Sergey Kovalev, so he has 3 losses on his record. But other than that, bro, a majority of his fights were won by knockout, man. So this is gonna be a serious challenge for David Benavidez. I think this is a tougher fight than David Morrell, and I think David Morrell did a really good job against David Benavidez. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with what I'm about to say, but I think David Morrell beat David Benavidez. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? Go look at David. First of all, he dropped David. He dropped his ass, and I think that he landed the harder shots, bruh. You know what I'm saying? David couldn't drop David Morrell. David Morrell dropped his ass, though. And if you look at David Benavidez's face after that fight, his face was all types of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the worst I've seen David Benavidez's face in a fight, was that fight against David Morrell. So, like I said, I do got Benavidez winning this fight by unanimous decision. But I would give Anthony Yarde a 50% chance to knock out David, bro, because this is David's first big challenge at 175 light heavyweight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Yarde, lions in the camp. That's his thing, you like to say, lions in the camp. Anthony Yarde, bro, show us that you a lion for real, bro. First of all, you already showed us because you took this fight with no hesitation, so I already know you a lion, but go in there and do your thing, bro. I would love to see Anthony Yarde get the upset and brutally knock David Benavidez the fuck out, but David is such a tough dude. He throws a bunch of combinations. David Benavidez has extraordinary stamina. And I think that once Anthony Yarde gasses out like around round 7 and 8, I think that David is going to just beat him with ease, bro. That's my prediction. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. It's your boy Wavy. Subscribe, follow your boy, share the video, and most importantly, share the video to your mama. I'm out.